All right, hey everybody. We're getting ready to start here pretty soon, so just wanted to say hi, give some people a chance to get on. We got Adam in the house. What up, Adam?
How's it going?
Yeah. So we'll get started here in the next couple minutes or so, or minute-ish. So, yeah, time.
So we're gonna go live and then go right to right here.
Oh,
No, right here.
Now in the street there is violence, and lots of work to be done. No place to hang out or washing.
All right. Good afternoon, and welcome everybody to A Whole New World with me, your host, Jacob New. And we have a special guest here today, Adam Tanner. Hey, everybody. Hey, Adam.
How's it going?
Hey. Before we get started, I just decided we're going to start with a dad joke. For those of you who don't know, I am a teacher, and so I like to start every class with a dad joke, and why not? So, how did the penguin build his house?
I have no idea.
It glues it together. I regret nothing. All right, sorry. So, Adam. So we have Adam here. He's doing big things in the community. He's started a magazine. I'm going to let him talk about that. But first, Adam, tell us a little bit about you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I
Where
live
you
in
from?
Farmersville, Texas.
All right.
I am not a native Texan. I'm a transplant from Northeast Arkansas. My wife, who is a native Texan, lets me know all the time that
Okay.
I wasn't born here.
Okay.
But we've got 5 kids together, so I should at least have the title of honorary Texan, I believe.
Yeah.
We're adding to the community.
Oh, that's good.
Oh yeah.
We like to welcome everybody in. So, tell us a little bit about your magazine. Like, we know it's Choose Magazine.
Yes.
And you started it because.
Choose Magazine is a positive, family-friendly, community lifestyle magazine that focuses on good people doing good things in the community, from business owners to private citizens. And the idea is actually twofold. It came from I have a friend of mine who started a magazine pretty much on the same topic of just a good no negativity out on the Central Coast of California.
Okay.
So she's done that for the last couple of years. About 6 months ago, it was just laid on my heart that I thought that would be a good publication to have in our community of Farmersville and Princeton.
And you know what? I think the positivity aspect is something that's not just should be brought more open. I mean, which is the whole premise of the show, you know.
Sure, sure.
Just trying to promote that. Now, so what kind of led you to? Did something happen that made you be like, "Wow, we need more positivity," or is it just something that kind of happened?
It's pretty much just when you start really looking around and paying attention to the things going on around you. You know, if you watch the news,
Oh yeah.
you can be
I don't.
guaranteed you're not going to have maybe a 30-second spot on something positive in the world. The rest are going to be sensational headlines about everything negative that could be going on and that is going on. I just feel that that we were created for something more. You know, that negativity can really bring people down. You get into a rut and you want to stay there. It's very easy for it to happen.
Oh yeah.
It takes some work to start looking for the positive things in life and to really seek those out.
Especially when what we're constantly fed is negativity and tragedy. That's what a lot of people seem to focus on. Is
Sure.
What I've noticed.
Sure.
Not everybody, obviously, but and to make those changes, it's not always easy, you know.
That's definitely true.
true.
You know, there's a song I learned in Sunday school as a kid.
Mhm.
The wise man built his house upon the rock. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. You know, the rains came tumbling down, right?
Yeah.
And the song's trying to teach kids about having a foundation in God and having a strong foundation. One of the things I take away from that song as an adult is that the same storm came for everybody.
Oh,
You know, the storm hit both of them, no matter where your foundation was. And while that foundation is important, there are many times throughout life that we really need to look for the light. Let's look for things that are going on right in the world, because there's plenty of people telling us what's happening that's wrong. So
yeah.
I wanted to create a platform where if you read that magazine for 5 minutes or an hour, during the time you're in between the covers of that magazine, there is nothing negative that's going to be coming at you.
No, and I love that. And I'm gonna say, you just took that song, and I'm looking at it at a whole new light now. I'm just like, I never thought about it. Yeah, you're right. Everybody is. We're going through the same storm together.
We are.
And we're here to help each other.
Sure.
You know, and
you would never know it from anything you see on national television. But there truly are so many more things that unite us as people than there are that divide us.
Oh yeah.
And the the things that divide us are really what everybody's up in arms, and let's talk about that. Well, wait, and my whole point is, wait a minute, let's take a step back. We know what's going to go on in the world. There's no secret about that. Bad things are going to happen.
Yeah, can't escape it.
Right, but there are more than enough good things going on that if you just take the time to look, you'll be shocked. I've done sales, advertising sales for a long time in my career, and not knocking any of the companies I've worked for. I've worked with some fantastic people over the years. I don't know that I've had as much joy on a professional level as I do since the launch of this magazine in February.
Okay.
The idea that my job now is to get to go out and talk with business owners and private citizens about the good things that they see in the world. Just to sit down and even have a conversation with anybody about, hey, tell me
Something positive.
Tell me something
Yeah.
positive.
What'd you like about today?
Exactly.
Yeah. I think that's beautiful, man. I
Thanks,
don't
man.
like. I feel like I've been watching that '70s show too much. I'm like, that's beautiful, But
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah,
That's good.
No, it's great, and I love that you're talking about how to just kind of slow it down and just take time
Sure.
to appreciate. So I mean, pointing out those positive things. Let's talk a little bit about your magazine. I have a couple issues here. Here's
Yeah, those are actually the
let's do-
first two issues.
Yeah.
We're still brand
So-
new, so.
Here's the first two issues for everybody, if I can get my hands situated right. Yeah. So now this one you're talking about family recipes, health
Oh, yeah.
and wellness, raising confident kids. This one, Winter Guard, kitchen upgrades, City of Princeton event. So just tell us a little bit about like what are some things that we might be able to find in your magazine and in
Definitely.
future magazines.
So in all the issues that we have, even the issue that we just did. Well, let's touch on both of those. First of all, the family recipes.
Yeah.
Man, if you're looking for things that just unite everybody, I would challenge you to find anyone who will say, "Oh no person in my family makes a good meal." Everybody's got some family recipe that just is comfort food that speaks to their stomach and their heart.
Oh yeah.
and that we decided, man, we were blessed. We've got some people in our family who can cook like nobody's business.
Okay.
So we share those recipes, and we invite the public to email us. I put the email right there on the page, and we invite the public. Share your recipes with us.
Yeah. And so what I'm hearing you saying is that I'm going to be invited over for dinner.
Anytime, man.
that's
You're
good.
welcome anytime.
So, but I must say, I love what you did here. The Choose in the Choose magazine. That's clever. I laughed. So, but I love that you're sharing the recipes and just like it kind of fosters that family environment too when you're cooking at
Definitely.
home and.
Yeah, it's just good quality time with I cooked dinner with my two youngest daughters last night.
Okay.
I mean, it's just good time. I think we need to look for those little simple things in life that at the end of your life are really going to mean the most to the people around you.
Yes. No, and spending quality time with family, friends. I don't know if you know the love languages, but that's mine. It's
Definitely.
just quality time.
Sure.
And so it means a lot.
It definitely does.
So
And it's not family and friends. You're exactly right. In the March issue that's on the streets now, as you mentioned, we have an article about the Winter Guard.
Yes.
Man, my kids are so blessed. I tell them all the time. I know they realize it. I hope one day that they truly get the full extent of what a blessing that is. The directors for Kyle Lacrosse for the Winter Guard show in Farmersville High School. Her and her husband, he's the band director, the high school band director.
Okay.
And these guys just have a knack for picking shows that are such important themes for these kids. They don't know it yet, but I'm going to hit them up for a Choose to Influence article in the
All right.
magazine because they have such a positive impact and influence on the kids there at Farmersville High School. The Winter Guard show is about one negative attitude, one negative person can come in and turn the entire group in that negative downward direction.
Wow.
But yet in their show, there is one person who stands up and defies all of them. So chooses to remain positive. Their outfits actually turn from red to black. When they're positive, they're red.
Is it like a costume
It
change
is.
thing?
No, it's the
okay.
sequins when you run your hand. You've seen those.
Okay. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, you rub
They're
your hand one way and they're
fascinating
red,
at
rub it
Walmart.
the other way and they're black.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
but it's just that's an important lesson for kids to learn.
Yeah.
Even through an artistic platform like dance and spinning flags, those kids are learning that an important life lesson there that, hey, one bad apple really can spoil the whole group. But it's important to be that one who will stand up and say, no, I'm not going to take part in that. I'm not going to participate.
And it's very true. And just like it can take one bad apple to spoil a group, I think one green apple, one good apple can
You're
also
right.
help turn it back
That's
the opposite
definitely,
direction.
I
you
agree
know?
completely. I agree.
So, well, you said you can find these on the street. So where exactly are copies of these
Sure.
found locally?
So I chose to distribute the magazine in a way that's a little different from other magazines around our area. When I launched this project, we didn't have a magazine in Farmersville or Princeton.
Okay.
Shortly after I launched and went live on Facebook with it, we do have another magazine in town now.
Okay.
so that's good. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
We distribute, competition.
Competition
Yeah,
ain't
that-
nothing for you. No.
It's
no.
you know what? It's not about competition. It's
Yeah.
about intention.
Yes, it is.
And what's
I
the
agree.
reason you're doing what you're doing? That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
So our magazine is distributed in local stores. So when I go in and talk to a business owner, if they have no interest in advertising, that's great. Can I please list you in the front of the magazine as a drop-off point for magazines?
Okay.
And inside of each cover, there will be a page that tells you pick up the latest issue of Choose magazine at these locations. I believe in between Farmersville and Princeton now we're in 34 different businesses.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good number.
Definitely.
Especially for first 2 months, right?
Right. Yeah.
All right.
So distribution is going crazy. I'm kind of a one-man show right now. So from cover to cover, even shipping and distribution, I do it all. It takes me a bit, but we have the issues in all of the local stores within the first full week of the month. So it's
Okay.
just a good way for
So beginning of every month, start
Right.
with a new. Okay.
you got it.
I like it. Now with your episode, every episode you say you start with a little piece by you,
Yes.
right? So tell us a little bit about. I know the most recent one. Tell us a little bit about that and the tribute.
Sure.
I guess.
The March issue, which obviously I'm putting that magazine together during the first part of February. The March issue is a tribute to my grandmother. She passed away on February 4th.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. 87 years old. She had advanced Alzheimer's. I was very lucky to be able to care for her in the last few months of her life. She was down here with us for I'm originally, like I said, from Northeast Arkansas. We moved her down here about 4 years ago.
Okay.
But in a memory care unit, I got to stop by and see her every day. She was really close to the house. So it was just a really good thing. The magazine and the articles that I write at the beginning of each one are, I don't know, maybe that's just cathartic for me. But what
Yeah.
I've found is that the stories I'm telling, a lot of people relate to them. So so after her death, it was really, I mean, it broke my heart, and it was really difficult for me to tell people verbally how I was feeling about that. It was just too hard to talk about. But it was funny. Immediately, within hours of finding out she had passed away, it hit me that what a lucky man I am. How blessed I am that I've raised 5 children. That, you know, through raising 5 children, man, I'm a pro at diaper changes, at feeding people, at helping them walk and talk. I say in the article, you know, I'm so good I can answer the same question hundreds of times without batting an eye.
Bless you. God bless
The upon hearing of her passing, I immediately realized how those skills I've learned from child rearing were the same skills that I used with my grandmother at the end of her life.
Yeah.
And so it was just a full circle for me. And while at the time I couldn't talk about that and articulate to people exactly how I was feeling without just getting way too emotional, I was able to sit down and write it in an article and talk about the life lessons that I learned from my grandmother.
Oh, yeah.
So she was a great woman, had a wicked sense of humor, and you never wondered what she was thinking.
So she spoke her mind. Yeah,
exactly, exactly.
Well, and I love your outlook on it, and how you realized it came full circle, and like that
Sure.
other skills that you had learned, and I'm sure the skills that she had used with you too.
That's right.
Like, I mean, it all kind of, it eventually does do that. Like,
It truly does, and it's so important. You know, you almost wish that you could realize the importance of all the things you're learning through life as you learn them. But I think God has a way of allowing us to learn the lesson we need to learn, and then at a later point, opening your eyes and going, now here's why I let you learn that. You can help someone with what I allowed you to learn from this earlier point.
and I myself have been kind of going through this with learning about like with God's purpose and stuff, and stuff. Just in my own life, and thinking about my experiences and like what they're leading to, but we don't always know why things happen to us, why we're
Sure.
going through things until later on in life. I mean, they say the hindsight's 20/20, right?
Yeah, right.
I'd love to just have 20/20 vision, but you know, contacts. You know, but I think being aware of that is amazing, and that speaks to me. It speaks a lot about your character and the positive that you're wanting to share. I think
Sure.
that so. Now, what other, for future magazines, like what might be some things that you're looking for to maybe feature in there?
I've actually that's been another thing that has been so enlightening and fun with this project. I've had so many people who will stop me on the street, you know, on the sidewalk when I'm in downtown Farmersville, or walking business to business in Princeton, or people will just pick up the phone and call me and say, hey, did you hear about so-and-so? They're getting ready to, you know, and they're just feeding me all kinds of great positive things.
Okay.
That I'll have to get to. One that was just really special, a lady in Farmersville. I'm still working to get the information from her. You know, it's good a lot of times when you hear of someone doing such a good, honest thing for people, just out of the kindness of their hearts.
Oh yeah.
Those are generally the people who, if you approach them directly, they'll say, no, I don't
want to talk about it.
I don't want that in the
Well,
magazine.
they're not doing it for the
Exactly.
recognition, you know.
Exactly.
And that which is why.
But on the other side of that coin, those are exactly the stories that
Yep.
people need to hear about.
Yeah.
You know, there are some just really good people doing phenomenal things just out of the kindness of their heart. They don't want any recognition, but
Yeah.
those people deserve someone to tell their story.
I agree completely in that. I mean, you're doing it through the magazine. I'm trying to do that through
Yeah, right.
this podcast. And
I loved it when you contacted me through a mutual friend of ours.
Yeah,
and
Paula?
and when I got on your Facebook page, I thought, This is awesome.
Yeah.
He's doing the exact thing in the podcast that I'm trying to do with the magazine. That's perfect.
We should have teamed up before.
Exactly.
So, and shout out to Paula Feed Edwards.
That's
you know,
right.
hey,
That's
what's
right.
up? So she's an amazing woman. I met her as a teacher,
Sure.
and she retired and started a restaurant out there, The Stable. Great food.
Fantastic.
So if you guys are ever out in Farmersville, you should definitely hit up The Stable. I've always left there full and very, very satisfied.
Oh, yeah.
The food is phenomenal. I could just go on and on about their food. It's
good stuff, man.
Yes.
There's no complaints with the food at the stable. It's good stuff.
yeah. So
And I mean, then to top it off, just talk to Paula while you're there.
Oh, yeah.
Just
No,
a great
she
person
is-
to get to know. Got a heart of gold.
oh, for sure. And every time, and she always makes a point to stop by, and not just at my table, but she'll go and talk to the different tables, and
Sure.
I love seeing that. Not every business does that.
Hey,
So
You're right.
Uh,
It's a rare thing.
we need more people interactions, but that's one of the talking about people doing good things though.
Sure.
I mean, like, I'm hearing about these stories and I'm like, why have I not heard this before,
That's
or why don't more people know about these things?
Well, and some are. I'm working with a daughter right now. She told me about her mother.
Mhm.
Her mom loves to sew. She's retired, senior citizen.
Okay.
Loves to sew. Her mom makes hospice gowns for people in hospice, just so
Okay.
they'll have something new and comfortable to wear.
Oh, all right.
Now that's just a good thing.
Yeah.
The daughter mentioned, she said,
Simple.
Mom's done this for a while. I don't know if she wants anybody to really know she's doing it, but she takes donated bed sheets to make these gowns out of. People just
Yeah.
buy new sheets and take them to her. And I thought, man, let me get something in the magazine about that. Let's see how many sheets we can get her.
Yeah. Help
if
her
she
out
just
some,
wants
you
to
know?
sit there and sew and do good things for people in hospice, come on. I mean,
yeah. That is amazing. And you know what? I think sometimes we get in the habit of thinking that what we have to do is something so big and like
Sure.
so like, but something that's so simple and pure like that, where
Exactly.
you're just helping to make things for other people.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, that's where it's at sometimes, and
That's
just
it.
something simple as just smiling. I mean, smiles can go a long way.
They
you
really
know?
can. Just try one day complimenting people you see
Yeah.
around town. Tell them you like their shoes. Tell them they look nice today.
Yeah.
Tell
No.
them to have a good day.
One of our friends, actually just met him, Robert Griffin.
Right.
He likes to end one of his podcasts. He does the Robin Dale Show. If y'all haven't heard of it, you should check it out. I'm doing a lot of shout outs today, so you know. But one of the things I've heard him say several times on there, if you don't see somebody smiling, give them yours.
That's right.
You know, it's so simple but so powerful.
Sure.
So, where do you see Choose Magazine going in the future? I know we kind of talked a little bit about this.
Right,
but
we did. So, primarily because I live in Farmersville and
Mhm.
right across Lake Lavon is Princeton, I started out in those two communities because that's home, We did recently get some interest from Paris, Texas, through the power of social media. They had seen and heard about the magazine. So we actually,
Okay.
luckily I've got a good friend who lives in Paris.
All right.
That I would trust. This magazine's my baby. I'm not just
Oh
gonna,
yeah.
you know,
No,
I'm
you
not just gonna
don't
turn
just
over
hand it to a
anybody.
stranger. No.
That's right. But I mean, this has got to be done the right way. But went down actually last week and started talking to a few business owners in Paris, and we will be launching the Choose Magazine Paris edition
Okay.
in May.
Oui.
The wee wee. That's right. It's about the only French you're gonna get out of me.
I got un. I think that's French. I'm not even sure. Yeah.
But other than that, pretty much any community that this can go to, I just feel like it would be a benefit to the community as a whole.
Oh yeah.
Business owners, the whole thing is supported by advertisers. I invested a small amount of money in the idea to get it up and going, but the magazine is supported by advertisement. Again, that was my
Yeah.
previous background. So
Paying off.
it,
No.
right, well,
Yeah.
well, it is
It's,
paying off,
yeah.
but it's one of those things too where I'd always worked for big, larger companies, corporations, selling advertising, and there was never any wiggle room, and sometimes it could be a pretty high pressure
Yeah.
sales call. That's not my style. That's not really who I am. I love the idea of being able to go and talk to business owners, and many of them want to be in the magazine. Many of those already are. If it's the right time for them, I always tell them, if you think this will help your business and it's the right time for you, don't let the numbers on that rate card be the thing that keep you out.
Okay.
So
so you're
let's
willing
talk
to
about it. We'll negotiate.
work with
we'll,
certain
oh,
business
yeah.
owners. Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
This is all about. It's all about just helping. It's helping business owners. I come from a farm family. You want to talk about a small business owner?
Yeah.
Try
That's-
coming from
is
a farm
small-
family.
Yeah. That's,
Yeah, that is a small business. I understand the stress and tension that comes along with that. That's a leap of faith going out there and starting something
Oh.
on your own like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Tell me about it.
right,
I'm like,
exactly, yeah, you
yes,
know.
No. Yeah.
The I think the last thing people need is for any salesman to walk in there and start talking about stuff like, well, if you don't advertise, your competition's going to get all the business because they're advertising. That's not what it's about.
Yeah.
If you're a small
know-
business owner, you know stress well enough without me reminding you of any of it.
Oh.
And if you think that
Amen.
magazine will help you promote your business,
Mhm.
then which I happen to believe it will, but if that's the way you're feeling about it, let's talk. It's not about the bottom dollar here.
Yeah.
There's a bigger purpose for this publication than dollar signs.
Yeah, and I like what you're saying of that. Well, taking the pressure off
Sure.
from that dollar sign thing, because honestly, like what I found, I've started a small business as well,
Right.
but is that just word of mouth is very powerful. Somebody's like,
truly
hey,
is.
I recommend this, and I mean that can do so much more
Oh, yeah.
than just hey the commercials and like. People don't even watch commercials anyway, so record it and then fast forward.
That's right.
I mean, that's what I do.
Sure.
Yeah. So, but one thing I love about you is that your faith in everything. And when I originally asked you this in the whatever the lobby that we were in,
Right.
I was gonna say foyer. I'm not sure if that was the right word, but.
Trying to go
And
back to French
yeah,
again.
yeah.
That's
You know,
okay.
well, you said Paris. I'm trying to be cultured here, okay? So, but I think. Oh, I just lost it. Nope, it's coming back. Yeah, no, you had said that it's wherever God takes it.
That's right.
And I think when you're doing something like this, and I want to share this too because it reminded me. I was originally telling somebody about this podcast,
Mhm.
and they're like, "Well, how many people do you want to help?" And I was like, "As many people as I can." And they were just insisting. They're like, "How many? Give me a number." And they're like, "In the billions. How many people?" So I just being smart. I was like, 52 billion people. Like I don't
Right.
like if you're 52 billion and one, I'm still gonna help you. I mean, like why? That whole idea that you can't quantify it, and so that's one of the things I love about this magazine is that you're just trying to reach out to as many people as you can.
Sure.
And you're very humble about it, and I love it. I dig it.
Oh,
You know, like-
I appreciate that.
So,
Yeah, at the end of my life, if that magazine has not traveled any further than Farmersville, Paris, and Princeton, then that's exactly what God intended for it to do. And it's just my job to keep moving my feet and doing the part that I know how to do.
Oh, yeah.
And he'll take care of the rest. That's what it's all about.
oh, it is. And, it's, was it faith without works is dead, I believe. Is the
Right.
quote. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't, I'm still learning. So, but.
We all are.
And, but I mean, you got to have that work part in there. you
Oh,
know?
definitely.
And but the faith is they go hand in hand.
Sure, and it took me a little while, even though I have the friend who started her magazine on the Central Coast of California,
Mhm.
which is Central Coast Kind, by the way.
Okay.
Even knowing her and knowing all the experience she had, and that I could always lean on her for for advice and whatnot. When this really hit my heart to do this myself, I left it there for about 6 months,
Okay.
and the idea came to me,
So you kind of
and
sat in it.
and
for a
over
while.
6 months, it was a lot of prayer, a lot of, are you sure this is what you want me to do?
Yeah.
And so yeah, around the 1st of December, I finally confided in my wife that hey, here's this
Oh, yeah.
idea. I know I've had some kooky ones over the last 19 years. This one's not. I don't think this one's quite as kooky, but
but it's my best idea yet.
but it's the best one yet. And yeah, the minute I told her about it, she knew,
Mhm.
and she said, yes, if that's what's been going on with you, you need to follow through with this. And thank God I've got a partner who will
Man.
just speak life into
You-
the ideas. But it was really a great thing. On close to the end of December, I left the job I was working at, the sales
Okay.
job I was at. January 2nd, this year, I put
Okay.
together a Facebook page for Choose Magazine. Launched it. I jumped online, got
All
the
right.
URL, built the website, did the whole 9 yards, and the first week of February, we had a magazine on the street.
Wow. I mean, that is incredible. Your story is.
It's
You know?
again, it's not me, man. There's
No,
no reason
no.
why I should have been able to do that. I have no experience in laying out a magazine, no graphic design experience, no. All I knew was selling advertising, and then I knew
Yeah.
from my heart that what I'm supposed to be doing is
Well.
trying to do something to bring a little light into this dark world that we live in.
And and as I try to find the words, I've been working on trying not to say and okay. Uh, so it's so great that you're just taking the time to listen and then actually just follow through with what you're feeling and what God's telling you to do. Honestly, like as you're going through that, it's very. For me, it's like a mirror because I'm going through a very, very similar
Sure.
time in my life. I'm about to leave the teaching career and kind of pursue this and my side business as well. And I was like, I'm about talking to my fiance. We're getting married in November. So,
Congratulations.
it's for me to like leave this certain job and go after this thing that I feel like I'm called to do is it's kind of scary at first. And so like I just for me, like, I'm a applause. I don't even. There might be an applause button here. I haven't learned that yet. So, but that's. I'm just bowing down.
No.
No, but
No,
like you said,
there's
it's
nothing
it's
special
not.
about what
I know.
I've done.
I know.
It's finally submitting to what I should have
So-
done all along. So
But you're doing it, and that is amazing. So let's say for some of the viewers or listeners out there
Sure.
who have a story, they know of a story that they want to share, how could they reach out to you to share that with you?
The easiest way, because again, I'm a one-man show, so I'm
Mhm.
running pretty hard all the time.
Okay.
The easiest way is going to be through email, and you can email me at publisher@choosemagazines. That's
Okay.
magazines plural.com.
All right, so again, publisher@choosemagazines.com.
Yep.
All right, and so any stories
And
out there?
I would love to, talk to you about any of the good things going on.
Oh yeah, I will be for sure to share different things that are going on as well. So, do you have a website as well?
Yes, choosemagazines.com.
ChooseMagazines.com.
That's
Simple. I like it.
Right.
And you're also on Facebook too. If
Yes,
you have
at
a
Choose
Facebook
Magazines
article.
on
Okay,
Facebook.
yeah.
Now on Facebook,
So, but-
there are a few different Choose magazines.
Okay.
Mine will be the profile picture that says "Be positive, be kind."
Okay, so choose magazines. Be positive. Be kind. Again, the best way to reach out to Adam would be at choose.
Publisher.
Sorry, publisher. I already forgot. I
There you go.
apologize. Publisher at choosemagazines.com.
Yep.
So, we want to. So, sorry to wrap it up so abruptly, but
No, that's
we're
good, man.
had a lot of fun and enjoyed sharing what you're doing with your magazine and the community. And this is Jacob New with A Whole New World. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Down to Electric Avenue. And